Welcome to this module on Reflect, Recover, Renew, COVID-19 Team Reflection Resources. At any stage throughout this module, you can use the play or pause button. Good change practices are critical right now to help us benefit from the rapid pace of change and innovation. Disruption is a positive force for change. It requires personal and team agility to make sense of it. The Change Guide helps us to understand our experiences, balance stability with change, and continue to redesign a better health service. The Health Services Change Guide supports teams by building capacity, skills, and confidence to deliver change and innovation in healthcare using the Change Guide framework. The Change framework helps teams create readiness and the conditions for change using the People and Culture Change platform. In response to the challenges faced by healthcare teams during COVID-19, we've created Reflect, Recover, Renew as a team support, making it easier to pause and reflect together as a team. This resource will support you as a team leader to take time with your colleagues to pause and reflect, consider the learning and make sense of experiences, identify what supports are needed, plan for how services can be resumed or redesigned, consider how new practices can be implemented, and build on new relationships to sustain improvements. Introducing Reflect, Recover, Renew. Reflect sensitively, recover with kindness, renew with hope. At the end of this module, you will be able to design a process with your team to reflect on your experiences, gather the data from different sources, use the data to make sense of the learning and inform actions, reflect on the prompts to inform recovery and renewal of your team or service. How to support team conversations. Agree how you will facilitate the team conversation using the Reflect, Recover, Renew Making Sense of Rapid Emergent Change template. Think about how best to create a reflective learning space. Identify who will coordinate the learning efforts, agree what information you want to collect, identify how you will come together, and agree how you will share the learning. This template and the supporting infographics are aligned to the Change framework. It supports individuals and teams to adapt and act in rapidly changing environment. The template sets out the purpose of Reflect, Recover, Renew, how to use it, and a series of team reflection questions. COVID-19 has had a profound impact on people personally, their families, work colleagues and communities. Acknowledge these reactions and experiences sensitively. Take time to learn from what's happened. Value a shared sense of purpose to protect the health of our population. Let's build on this common strength to adapt and improve our ways of working. Pressures on staff are significant and well beyond anything experienced previously. Let's learn from what you and your team have achieved. Blend this with future possibilities. Help us build a better future. Take time to notice the things that are new. Value the experiences of staff working at local level to shape how services need to evolve and how teams can be supported. What have we learned? Engage with staff and notice what's happening now. Practices have changed. New working relationships have formed. Take time to reflect on, gather and learn based on the work that people are actually doing, and consider how practices might change in the longer term. Pause, reflect and learn. 4 questions you can ask as a team. Question 1. Can you think of ways in which you've changed your practice that have improved the care and service you provide? What helped you to do it? Question 2. What are the emerging possibilities you have seen or experienced that we need to continue? Question 3. What can you as a team do differently now? How will these changes impact for patients or service users and for staff? Question 4. What are your key change challenges? What would help to address these challenges? These questions will prompt conversations within your team and support future-proofing for service delivery. Intensify individual and team supports, use the data to redesign or restore your service, support staff to embed new practices, and remain focused on meeting people's needs. The change framework has 9 priority areas and 3 change activities: define, design and deliver. Each has an interactive infographic with guidance and links to tools from the change guide. Understand personal experiences, support behaviour change, practice collective leadership, invest in people and teams, engage and communicate, model shared values, be accountable for performance, network and partner, use evidence and lever technology, define, design, deliver. The infographics provide guidance and context to the 9 priority areas and the 3 change activities. They also set out how you as a team can adapt and act together. Each infographic contains live links to tools and templates from the Health Services Change Guide. Understand personal experiences and support behaviour change. Let's take a look at these 2 examples. Change is personal. People's emotional reactions will be different. It's natural to feel challenged by change and uncertainty. Address concerns sensitively to build trust and help people stay engaged. Many people moved outside their comfort zones and will need personal and team support. Creating psychological safety will help people to adapt. Attend to how people are feeling. Empathise with them. Challenge your own assumptions. Listen to others. Help people to reduce distress. Facilitate transitions to new practices. Support letting go. Work with resistance and personal readiness. Not all change is viewed positively. Be honest about the impact. Within the Health Services Change Guide, there are tips and tools to help you and your team. Looking at understanding core human needs, the Kubler-Ross change curve, working with emotional reactions to change, finding the reasons behind the resistance, and additional resources. Understanding what sustains behaviour change is key. A compelling need to stay safe, protect others and a shared purpose. Positive relationships and peer influences are essential. Use rational and emotional connections to mobilise large-scale behaviour change. Acknowledge people's efforts and demonstrate progress to help establish new patterns of behaviour. Recognise different starting points and preferences to sustain behaviour change. Win the hearts and minds of people by connecting to the greater good and aligning values. Demonstrate progress using evidence and stories of what worked, instilling confidence to deliver new practices, affirm personal and team effort to change traditional work patterns, and work with staff to resolve concerns. You will find a range of tips and tools to help support behaviour change within the Health Services Change Guide, looking at stages of change, the model of behaviour change, interventions at all levels of change, winning the hearts and minds in the 21st century and influence model, and additional resources. We have looked at understanding personal experiences and support behaviour change, signposting you to helpful templates and resources. The remaining infographics for each priority area can be found on the HSE website by following these steps. Go to www.hse.ie/change guide, scroll down to COVID-19 team resources, and all the infographics are available. This module included guidance on using the Reflect, Recover, Renew, Making Sense of Rapid Emergent Change team template, helpful prompts to enable teams to adapt and act in a COVID-19 environment, and signposts to relevant resources in the Health Services Change Guide. Next steps. Take some time to review the Reflect, Recover, Renew, Making Sense of Rapid Emergent Change team template, the supporting infographics, and the PowerPoint presentation to help you run a session with your team. To support you to self-facilitate with your own team, there is a suite of resources available for Reflect, Recover, Renew. The Reflect, Recover, Renew learning module, the accompanying PowerPoint presentation, the team template, and the Reflect, Recover, Renew infographics. To access these resources, go to www.hse.ie/change guide/COVID-19 team resources. For additional resources, you can complete our e-learning programme for the Change Guide on HSE Land, delivering change in health services.